it's good to remind people what we do and what we're there for. Last week, this week, this is what people pay us for. Otherwise, like we said, you can go to a Vanguard index fund and pay virtually nothing to be in that. And if the market keeps going up forever, the advisor can't compete with the Vanguard fund that charges 20 basis points. But what the advisor is for is to guide you through the tough times, to guide you through the uncertainty, to keep you in the market. I mean, I saw my brokerage account dropped almost 30% in 4 days, and it was pretty scary. And I'll tell you, I wanted to cash in. I mean, my emotions told me to cash in. How much more? What if I lose 40? What if I lose 50? Guess what happened? By the time this week rolled around, my account was already back to even. And it just shows you that, when you're being emotional, that is usually when you make mistakes. And that's why you pay a professional not to be emotional. That's why the average investor can barely outpace inflation. It's because when we're playing with our own money, when we're managing our own money, emotion takes over and logic is out the window. I talked to a gentleman who I really respect, that he's a great stock picker. He's a gentleman that I know. And during the peak of the sell-off last week, I sent him an email. His name is Andy. I said, Andy, what do you think? What's going on? And he said, third best buying opportunity in my lifetime. That's what he said back to me. And he named the dot-com crash, 2008. And then he said last week, in his view, was the third best buying opportunity in his lifetime. And I'll tell you, I don't know. I don't make any promises. I'm not here to predict the market. The past doesn't predict the future. All those things apply here. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow with this coronavirus. But I just understand that there are people that look at crisis as opportunity, and they're usually world-class thinkers. And then it's the middle class that look at crisis as a crisis. But in crisis, there's a ton of opportunity. And so right now, I think, as we look forward, as we move forward, we just have to realize that we have so many risk mitigation. If you're a life licensed person, and you do IULs or indexed annuities, I mean, there's built-in, protection there with just a life license. If you got a Series 6 license, you can do the variable annuities that were just discussed there with Jackson, and then you also can do the nationwide if you're got a life license, and then if you're a Series 65, you can do the stuff that Patrick was just talking about. Which is, the risk mitigation strategies within investments. So there is a lot of stuff that is available. And what's great is, Pat talks about, our product portfolio is like a Greek restaurant menu, right? It's very thorough. If you've ever been to a Greek restaurant, they've got like 1 million courses on the menu. We really have a lot of different courses on the menu here and a lot of different choices for risk tolerance. And it's really important that with the use of technology, you don't have to be the guru. Something like Riskalyze, what's wonderful about it is you show somebody, hey, what level are you comfortable with, the risk? What level of fluctuation are you good with? And if you're not good with it, then we're not going to go with it. We're going to let the customer tell us what to do. And that's very different than what the financial experience has been for many families. So, Pat, I think you can see that on my screen there. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about technology today and the concept of convergence. Pat, can you see my screen okay? You guys see my screen okay? Right now.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Wonderful. Thank you. Right now in the United States, there's 327 million active cell phones in the US. And there was only about a 316 million population, right? There's 6.7 billion people in the world and 6 billion cell phones in the world, right? So you look at it, mobile and digital media have grown over 800% in the last 2 years alone. In 2018, there wasn't 9.7 billion. There was 9.7 trillion text messages that were sent out. So there's a reason I'm talking about this, because today, when we talk about education, when we talk about the topic of, distributing education and using video and using phone, and this is the way that people are now communicating. I mean, this is not a coincidence now. We used to have convergence is that what we used to have a lot of different devices, right? You used to have a a phone was one thing, then you had a camera, you might have had a GPS, you had a TV, you had all of these different things in your life. You had a radio. They were all separate devices. But with convergence, what we've had is everything has come together. You know, I can be in the same room as my kids watching a silly Netflix show that I don't want to watch. I can pop in my earbuds and watch whatever I want on my phone because my phone's big enough and I'm going to have a 4K picture on it, right? If I need to drive somewhere, I don't need to worry about where I'm going. I just type in the name of the place I'm going. It'll pop up on my phone and there's my GPS. But I remember buying Garmin GPSs for all of my friends and family for Christmas because I didn't want people to get lost anymore. But now it's built in. You know, I remember buying a, camera, these little mini video cameras that you could record, anywhere you were at a birthday party, you just pulled it out of your pocket and you could record. Now your phone takes better video than these huge camcorders that we used to have just when my son was born. And so everything is changing. And with convergence, the most valuable thing that a person has besides their family and the people they love is their device. Their device is more important than almost anything else. And I recently figured out how to build a wallet into my device where I can put my ID and my credit card with my cell phone. And now, literally with that phone, I can travel across the world if I needed to. I can buy a plane ticket. I can rent a car. I can go to a store and buy anything that I need. I can watch a video. I can get training. I can do an application for my business. Everything can be done on these devices. And so that's why we're doing things like what we're doing today. And instead of having a physical brick and mortar, like live meeting where everybody would drive to an office twice a week, we've replaced that with once a week where we want to come together online. And no matter where you are, if you've got a device, you can be on, and you can be on anywhere in the world. I texted a young lady in my base shop to follow up on how she was doing. And she texted me back, I'm not going to be able to do that this week. I'm in Nigeria right now. And text me back within a few seconds. Just the concept that someone could be in Nigeria and I could send them a simple text message and they can respond to me in a matter of seconds, just as if they were in the next room. It's a significant different way of doing things. And I think many of us, and myself included, have not caught up with the power of what we have. A lot of us understand that technology is important. We understand that it's going places. We understand that it's going to have a big part of our life. But I don't think that we've caught up to the power that it can have if applied in our business model. Because most of us have made the lion's share of our money doing it face-to-face and maybe sending e-apps to people recently. But the concept of end-to-end, from start to finish, from contact to close, the whole thing being done with the device that's in your hand is literally the same as having an office that I opened up my first office back in 1998. It's literally better than having that office that I had, Suite 42 at 900 Jory Boulevard in Oak Brook, Illinois. That my phone in my hand today is more powerful than the office that I had back then. And the reason for that is because I can beam this information to anyone, anywhere in the world. And if I just find people that this is the way that they communicate, I can build this from anywhere. I can build it at the speed that I want to build it at. But the challenge is that we've got people that are still stuck in the old way of thinking. They're trying to apply this new technology, and we really fully don't understand it. And that's why I think you got to make the investment to be a part of this webinar every week, be a part of technology conversations when they're happening, and really be, look, Cisco said that by next year, that all the content on the internet, 83% of it is going to be video. All the content in the world on the video is 83% of it is going to be video. That's a big deal, right? Now look at this, some interesting statistics. 60 hours of video are uploaded every minute, or 1 hour of videos is uploaded to YouTube every second. That's just YouTube, okay? Over 400 billion videos are viewed every day. Now think about the mindless nonsense that people look at on YouTube. My children, I have to restrict them now because they will go on YouTube for 8 hours straight if I let them. And they're looking at silly things like pranks and goofy things that kids are doing. Everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be watching, and everybody's watching videos and trying to outdo each other, right? And it's just an interesting phenomenon that 83% of all the content online is video now. And this is the way that people are communicating. This is the way that they're doing it. They might shoot a video of themselves, they might upload it, but video is it's the rage right now, right? Over 3 billion hours of video are watched every month on YouTube. More video. Now this is mind-blowing. More videos uploaded to YouTube in 1 month than all the 3 major US networks created in 60 years. Think about the, ABC, NBC, CBS. They created 60 years of, all those shows, all the news, all that stuff in 1 month is surpassed on what's going on YouTube. So do you think that we should be paying attention to video as a way to explain what we do if everybody is watching videos? There's millions of videos that are favorite every single day on YouTube, right? And so when you look at the videos that we have that are available in the Wealth Wave, now World Financial Group has other videos, but I think that the Wealth Wave video, we have this video here called The End of Wealth and Retirement. It's a 9-minute video that really kind of talks about, what our business is all about. We have another video that's like a very detailed video. This is a company overview with lots and lots of information. It's 28 minutes long. It's called The Perfect Way. And it is really, really detail oriented. And I know that Steve Siebold, who's a best-selling author that wrote How Money Works, along with Tom Matthews, he requires that before he will ever meet with anybody, he requires the filter of them investing 37 minutes to watch these 2 videos. He feels that if they watch those 2 videos and they still want to talk to them, they're probably a really good candidate. But in the past, we would have to drive across town maybe 37 minutes just to get there and pay a toll and pay for gas, and then maybe get there and they're not home and have to find a place to park. And if you live in Chicago, maybe fight some nasty weather along the way, right? And all to get there to really figure out, is this person going to be interested or not? That's the way I built my business. That's the way the vast majority of us have built our business. But right now, with 37 minutes of just watching 2 videos online, imagine if every person that was a prospect saw these 2 videos and either said, I'm interested or I'm not. And if they're not, imagine all of those hours that you're getting back from not having to waste your time with those who are not interested. But a lot of times we don't want to hear no. I find myself personally gravitating to the old way. I feel like if I could just get in front of them, I'm so convincing, I have a better chance of getting them interested in the product. I have a better chance of getting them interested in our opportunity if I could just get face to face with them. A video is not going to be as personal or as good as Angelo. That's what I tell myself. And so sometimes I don't send as many videos as I should because I feel like it's still better for me to get face to face with them. Except I'm missing the point. The point is not that I'm not going to get face to face with them. The point is that I want to find the filter to see if there's even an interest. If somebody has zero interest in finance, zero interest in learning about what we do, Rule of 72, the things that are in these videos, the chances of them being a good customer or wanting to work with me are zero anyways. I'm just lying to myself, telling myself that the video can't do the job. The video is just a filter to get them to want to meet with me face to face. It's not a replacement. And that's been a big adjustment for me to wrap my brain around thinking like that after doing it the other way for so many years. And then for the person who just wants to just find out if they're interested, there's a Rule of 72 video. It's just 4 minutes long. There's another one called the Swiss Army Knife of Financial Strategies. Talks about one of our great products, the IUL. You know, for years and years, I always explain the IUL. Now, almost every customer that I sit down with, before I go through my illustration and my explanation, I said, I want to give you a basic education on how this might sound. And then I still go through my illustrations and my proper explanations and all my disclosures. But I like to give them a video, because I know that people like video. They like Video is beautiful now, and there's graphics, and it's every word is chosen and every word is compliant. And I love the fact that my clients, I could show them a 4-minute video and they love it. A 7-minute video on how money works. What if you just have a person that you just want to interest them with you want them to do a financial review with you? Send them the How Money Works video. Dreams start here. This is more of a recruiting video for somebody who's frustrated about where they're at and maybe they're looking for something a little bit more. We've got a video for that. What about a person who wants to just know the basics of life insurance? It's a 1.5 minute video. If you have millennials out there, they have a video called "You Might As Well Quit Looking Because this business is right." It's a little over 2 minutes. Generation X, that's a generation I belong to. They call us the bridge generation, right? We kind of connect. We're taking care of our baby boomer parents, and we're also trying to take care of our children, right? And we're kind of connecting the boomers to the millennials. We're right in between those two. It's a 3-minute video that talks about issues specific to Gen Xers and that they might be interested. Baby boomers, right? There's a whole video just about 3 minutes for baby boomers. So there is about 10 videos here. And if you look at collectively, it would probably take you about an hour to see all of these videos. And one of the first things you need to do, folks, is you need to watch these videos. And what you can do is you'll get excited about the video, because let me show you what happens is that with these videos, you can then click on that video, and at the end, there's a share button. At the end of the video, there's a share button. And when you hit the share button, it'll let you copy the link. And that link to that exact video can be shared through your mobile device, and you can text it directly to the person. So if a person receives your text message, the video link is right in their text message. And it even works for the Android people, okay? I know you guys are a little behind on technology, those of you that use Android. By the way, I say that as a joke to make you mad, but it does work with Android. It does work with Apple. It does work with any technology that you have available. And so you can watch any one of these videos, all right? And I'm gonna post this page of links. I'm gonna post it on our GroupMe after. Now this links to my specific video that they'll have, unfortunately, my face on it, okay? But the videos are all exactly the same. You can look at anyone's videos. It just links to a different, I can only link people to my page, right? But all the information in the video is identical for you guys. So what I want you to realize is that these videos will do the work, and you can text them, okay? Now, why is this important? Really important. Because I know if I text a person, I'm gonna reach them where I know that they can be found. I know that they're on their device, but I have no idea if they're gonna check their email. Have you seen people's inbox lately? I know people that have hundreds and thousands of emails, but you send them a text, they're gonna open it. It's gonna be an effective way to do business. So I really want you to focus on that. Number 2 is communicate how they communicate. I know people that you call them and they'll text you back. And people say, well, that's rude. Well, you know what? Maybe not everybody has time to talk on the phone. Maybe they're busy. You know, sometimes I do that. Sometimes people call me and I have to text them back because I'm in the middle of something, right? And, you know, you shouldn't do it all the time. It's not good. It's always better to return a message the way that a person sends it to you. However, when you're trying to reach people for the first time, people like to text. Communicate the way that they communicate. Bypass the email, go straight to them, straight to their phone. Say, look, I want you to watch this video. And I want you to tell me, and I'm gonna get back to you. And then when you text them back, say, did you watch the video? It's real simple. Articulate your value. Just say, look, it'll be worth your while. Articulate the value. I promise you, you'll get something out of it. You know, don't set the expectation too high. Say, I think you'll find it. I think you'll find it very useful. Maybe send them the Rule of 72 video just to pique the curiosity. Communicate. If they're a really short attention span person, you don't send a 28-minute video. You send a 1 or 2 minute video, because what are you trying to do? You're just trying to get face to face. You're not trying to get the job done through the video. The video is not going to recruit them. The video is not going to close them on a client. The video just gives you credibility and it starts the conversation. All we're trying to do is articulate value in watching a video on their phone. They don't have to go online. Wherever they're at, they could be at the Blackhawks game and they could watch the video on the Rule of 72 and then have a call to action. And the call to action is watch the video. I'm gonna follow up with you tomorrow. You telling them just what? I mean, what could be easier? Imagine driving to somebody's house, fighting through traffic, going through all those things, only to possibly get rejected, versus sending a video and saying, "I want you to watch this. I'm gonna follow up with you tomorrow. I promise you that you'll enjoy it." Reach them where they know they can be found. Communicate the way they communicate. Articulate the value. It's worth 3 minutes of your time. Watch the video. It's so simple. 4 simple steps can make a big difference in how you run your business. I promise you that if you go out there and you just make the attempt to talk to people, right? We have a prospect list where all of us have so many people that on our cell phones, right? And there are multiple applications that you can download onto your phone that will allow you to be able to get all your contacts into a spreadsheet, right? I know we have an app called, I think it's MC Backup. You just go to the Apple Store or you go to the Google Play Store and you download an app called MC Backup. It's free, and it'll literally download every contact on your cell phone. It'll down into a spreadsheet right on your phone, right? And so you can also reach out to your CPA, your mortgage, your realtor. Why can't you send them a video? Say, look, we partner up all the time with CPAs. We partner up all the time with mortgage brokers, real estate agents. Find a video that you think would appeal and say, look, I want you to watch this video. I'm going to get back to you. And then when you follow up and say, listen, what did you like the most about the video? And they'll tell you what it is and say, well, look, I'd like to get together to discuss how we can partner together, right? So simple when you use a professional approach. You do a family prospect list. You can, sorry guys. Can you see my screen? Okay, hold on a second. I don't know what just happened there. Okay, I hope you guys can see my screen. But what we talked about was the fact that, you have a prospect list that you can build upon, that it talks about your big 5 people that you know that are in different industries, CPAs, mortgage, real estate, doing a family prospect list with the people in your family, high school and college alumni, past jobs, neighborhood families, parents of your children's friends. You have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, existing clients from either your business or other businesses, church and synagogue. You have an opportunity here to really reach out to anybody that you want, and you can send a simple video, a very simple video, and you can reach out and make a big difference here in your business in these next week or so. If you can get somebody intrigued by video through your cell phone, how easy of a business are you showing them that it is? And how easy will it be if they decide to get involved with what we do? How easy will it be for them to say, hey, I can do the same thing? You can have a list in all 50 states. You're not limited to the state